with Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube should be here as well, and Instagram. All right. So today's conversation is going to be around the question that I get almost daily. Leann, can you just tell me what career is best for me? Can you just tell me what business is best for me? And here's what I know is that after 9 years of doing this and watching people and experiencing this myself is this. Your purpose is showing up in basically everything that you do. Now, a lot of us start at, jobs where I'm not going to make a connotation here or anything, but they're lower level jobs. And doesn't matter what job or career that you are in, your purpose is showing up. You are there because of your design. Now, here's what's really fun as well, is that for the most part, what happens is that, of course, we want to move up the ladder. That's what capitalism and free market teaches us in the human design system. So if you want to understand capitalism, if you want to understand the material way, study the 54 to the 32, 44 to the 26, the 21 up to the 45. That, my friends, is capitalism. That's the material way. And as you see, it's all tribal. Now, your purpose shows up in everything. It shows up in you doing dishes. It shows up in you raising your children. It shows up in every career, absolutely every movement that you make. However, here's the tricky part. The tricky part is being able to recognize it, being able to see it. So when I get the question posed to me, like I say, daily, Leann, just tell me the career. Just tell me what business I should be in. That is not what design is designed for. I can definitely guide you into what skills you hone, if you should be your own entrepreneur, if you should stay in a large organization. I can tell you a lot of things. However, I cannot tell you the pinpointed area. Why? Because I can take almost any design and I can make them work in absolutely everything. I know that sounds so bizarre, but just take a look right now. Here's your homework. I'm already giving it to you and we're just a few minutes in. Here's your homework. What are all of the jobs that you've done? What are all of the experiences that you have had where, you've had to take on a little bit of responsibility? You want to get a list of all of your assets. Okay. And here's what you're going to notice. There's going to be a theme. There's going to be a thread that flows throughout that. And what that theme and that thread is showing you is the purpose. Okay? That's what it's showing you. And what I would love for you guys to do is, once you do the homework, throw the comments below here. Instagram, put in your comments. What are some of the assets that you have and you can begin to notice the theme? This is how I coach my people. I don't tell you what is the best thing for you. I listen deeply. I hear the conversation that you're having with yourself. We go through the list of assets and we can absolutely extrapolate the purpose out of all of that. Okay? So here's something else that's really fun. human design does talk about innate skills. And I'm going to share my screen. So if you're on Instagram, Crystal, if you want to pop over to Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube at any time and take a look at this, you could definitely can. But I am going to share my screen, and I want to just show you the skills that are built right into the human design system. So it's not really, quote unquote, a career or a job, but it is actually the skills that are built right into you. Now, what I also want you to understand is that what you're going to notice here on the screen, again, Crystal, you might want to pop over and check it out after, is there is the skills are within what we call the penta. Okay, this is where all of a sudden what the energy field does is it brings us into groups, because as a group, then we are better at creating wealth. We are better at working together than we are alone. Now, some of us are designed to be solo entrepreneurs, but we always need to have people in our business. Okay. So on the screen, you will notice that the skill set is the column right in the middle. So it's the 5, the 14, the 29, the 15, the 2, the 46, the 7, the 1, the 13, the 31, the 8, and the 33. Okay. So when we look at this as a whole, these are innate skills. I know lots of people that don't have any of this. They don't have anything in this. Now, it's not that you don't have the skill. It is just that you will be learning from the skill. Many people have one activation at least within the skill set. So ecosentialism, I am sharing my video or my screen on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, if you want to just see what I'm talking about here. So these innate skills, so what they do is they bring a group together so that money can be made, so that products can be produced, so that we can actually transcend and move through into the future. And I'm just going to go over them quickly here so that you guys can play around with this. So the 15 is all about reliability. This is about having a consistent, cohesive unit. Okay, so if you have the 15, this is an innate skill. You just do that. You bring people together. It's like the glue. And then if you have the 5, this is all about culture and the inner customs. So what you'll notice, again, themes, you want to take a look at themes. What are all the jobs that you've been on? And you want to take a look at the themes that are presented in your life, because these skills kind of give you an indication as to helping you move along into your purpose. So the 5 is that inner customs, that culture. So you'll be pulled into groups based off of this. Now I'm going to pop over to the 46 because the 15 and the 46 are kind of like the legs that help this go. So the 46 is all about coordination. So it's about working together. How can we coordinate this group so that there is this movement through experience so that we can actually make some money? The 29 is all about loyalty and commitment. This is a part of who I am. So every single career that I was ever in, that's what I brought to the group. And I will tell you, that loyalty and commitment was like so deeply ingrained in every team that I was in. So, and the more I became loyal and committed, the more the team became loyal and committed. So the 14 is all about resources and capacity. This is time resources, money resources, utilizing yourself at the highest and best use for you. It's about having the capacity to use your energy. Now, some of you might go, well, I'm a projector, or I'm a manifester. I don't have a defined sacral. The penta doesn't care, okay? The penta does not care what your type is at all. The penta only cares about how can we make money. So then when we move up to the 2, this is where all of a sudden we got all this bottom stuff going on. We got all of this energy happening inside the business. Now we need to go out and present that to the world. So what the 2 does is about the material direction. This is vision. So if you have the 2 in your design, what you'll notice is that you're always pulled into meetings, or you're always pulled into groups to help with the material direction. How do we spend the money? How do we get ourselves to this vision that the corporation has or the group has? And then when we branch out to the next pillars, we have the 7. Well, that's planning, future structuring, right? Where are we going into the future? And then if we look at the 13, this is recording the past. We need somebody to actually write down the numbers. We need somebody to actually journal and make sure that where we were, we're not repeating that. Now, here's what's really funny is that take a look at our world. We are repeating a pattern from Nazi Germany. And we're totally repeating this. We have all kinds of records, and we're repeating this. So does just writing down and journaling save us from repeating the pattern? No, it does not. But being aware and transcending that allows us to use that information and transcend what's happening. Okay, now the 1, it's all about presentation and implementation. So now that we have this vision, we have this group, we have all this loyalty, we got all these customs. Now we know where we're going in the future. We got somebody recording it. Now we can present this. Okay? We can present this. And then in order for us to actually manifest and to come to a space where we're taking the correct actions, this is where we look at administration. Making sure that the organization is organized, that everybody has a role, that everybody understands, where they fit into the puzzle pieces. And this is what I am going to tell you. If you are an entrepreneur, or you are currently in a career and you are dabbling in moving into being an entrepreneur, if you do not have a vision and the people in your group do not have a vision, then all of this stuff on the top that I'm talking about will never come to fruition. Why? Because if people don't know where they're going, it doesn't matter how loyal they are, how much they work together, none of that matters. Because if there's no knowing on where they're going, it'll never get out into the biosphere. Okay. Now let's look at the 31. Okay, so I just looked at 31. Sorry, organization. Now let's take a look at the 33. This is oversight. This is really the guidance. So we have this capacity to oversee. What did we do? Where were we? What were we doing? So that we can actually learn from the past mistakes, understand where we're going in the future. And this particular being has a capacity to oversee all of that movement. And then PR is in the 8. This is about demonstration. And this is what I get to do for you guys always. I have the 8, I have the 14, and I have the 29. I demonstrate to you guys continuously about human design. So I want you to just understand something as well. It doesn't matter if you have an activation or not in your chart. We all have the capacity to be all 64 gates. Okay? We all have the capacity to either demonstrate it because it's activated, or to gain the wisdom from it through experience because it's open. Okay? So if you don't have any of these skills, know that it's not that you're, quote unquote, not going to be materially successful, because that's incorrect. What that means is that you will be really good at staying outside of the group and guiding the group from an outside perspective. That's what that means. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and go back up here. All right. So again, what's your homework? Okay, let's just lean back into this. If you really want to understand your purpose, go to all the skills that you've gathered, go to all of the jobs that you've had, go to experiences where you've had some kind of responsibility, whether that be babysitting, whether that be working in a fast food place, whether that be helping raise your siblings because your parents both work, whatever it is, start to list out your skills. List out the assets of what you've gathered. Take today's information, okay, and then begin to play around with the themes, okay, the themes of where your purpose is taking you. So again, the whole point of this was because I get questions every day. Leann, tell me what career I'm going to do. Tell me what business I'm going to open. That's not what design is about. Design is about actually getting you to see your experiences in a whole new way. Design is not about telling you. Yes, I can analyze your chart. I can give you so much information about your chart. But I want you to actually look at your life. I want you, just like Ra did, to witness yourself interacting with life. And again, I am not quote unquote religious. I understand some may like the word God, some may not. The consciousness field has presented you with this beautiful frequency inside your human meat suit. And your choice is this. You get to embody it and move with the purpose of it. Or you get to kick and scream and fight your way through life and be completely frustrated, bitter, angry, and disappointed. Those are the two choices. If you are choosing to embody it, if you are choosing to begin to become the witness, I will tell you that you will have the capacity to see everything that's going on with unbelievable coloring. The vibrancy of what it is through you will shine. So in the description, not so much on Instagram, because Instagram doesn't allow links. They are in my bio under the Linktree thing under Instagram, but for the rest of the platforms, inside the description, I have put a couple links in there. The one link is if you are really, truly willing to move in and step into your alignment with wealth, I do offer a 2-hour session where we go deeper into the profit potential. Now, my caveat, and you've heard me say this on tons of my YouTube videos, I cannot change your life in 2 hours, but it's a good start. It'll allow you this catalyst to step into who you are. So I put a link down there for 2-hour sessions. As well, I've also created a PDF of the skills that I just shared with you guys that goes into a little bit more detail. So it is also in the links there. If you want to pull it up and be able to look at your chart and kind of begin to meditate on it and witness yourself with or without these skills. If you don't have it activated in your chart, what are some things that you've learned about it? You know, I don't have the 5. I don't have the 15. I don't have the 2. So understanding culture, watching culture, gaining the wisdom of culture, gaining the wisdom of reliability, really gaining the wisdom of understanding how important a vision is. As an entrepreneur, it is beyond important for you to have mapped it out. So on my wall in my office, in my current office, I have what are those, like chart papers? Like they're the big flip paper. So I have that lining my wall. And I have played around with different visions of where my organization is moving to. You know, what are the clients that I want to, bring under my wing and help them move into wealth? So I focus in on that and I play around with that because I know my purpose. I've been in this for 9 years studying who and what I am. Okay. So again, homework, go into all those skills, like get really curious about it and then witness yourself interact with your activation and then witness yourself learning from what isn't activated. That's going to help you tremendously in understanding the purpose of who you are, what you are, and understanding yourself inside a career or inside of a business. Okay? So these will be posted. Please share, comment, put in the comments. Definitely put in the comments, please. Like, what did you extrapolate out of gathering your skills? What part of this did you notice your purpose has this thread that goes through your life? I totally see mine. I see it every single career that I've ever had, any job, any of that. I watch it. I even in my school, anytime I was interacting with people, like the purpose is just, it shows up all the time. Okay. So have fun with that. Comment if you want to have a session with me and you want to lean deeper into this. There's a link in the comments or in the description. Okay. See you guys next week. Have fun. Okay. Bye.